Okay, I was invited to this peace convention by a friend, and I came here because it was called a peace convention. But I found this catalog, like a booklet, that said something about Yusuf. It was written that raised as a strong Christian, educated in Texas, USA, he became very successful, owning music stores, television shows, and was a music minister and preacher of the Bible. So I want to ask you, sir, as a preacher of the Bible, what was the reason or the point or the truth that you found in Islam that led to your conversion as a strong Christian and preacher of the Bible?
That's a beautiful question. Saying Islam spread by the sword. Islam spread by the sword. I heard so many preachers telling me, get away from these Muslims. Islam spread by the sword. 604 pages, 114 chapters, 6,666 verses. Depending on how you count them up, guess what? And many words in Arabic for sword. Saif, Muhammad, Hussam, I think 16 words for sword. Guess how many times I found any of those words in Arabic? 0. Not once. In the Bible, just the word sword. Over 200 times. Oops. Wait. You asked me. I'm just telling you. So when I take my Bible to the preacher and I said, excuse me, it says here that Jesus said, I did not come with peace. I came with a sword. And it's time to sell your coat and buy a sword. What did that mean? You know what he said? Listen to this. You'll never believe how people can lie. He said, don't you know this was done in Italy where they transcribed this stuff, the Latin, you know? It was in Italy. Rome is in Italy. Don't you know that? I said, yeah. He said, and they would work by candlelight at night, and it was hard to see. Yeah? And while they were trying to translate, put this down in the Latin language, you know what happened? They were eating spaghetti. Italians, they like spaghetti. And spaghetti fell down, and it was made an S. It was word. It wasn't sword. It was word. He said, I came with a word. And you know what's wrong with that? The word for word in Koine Greek is logos. Now, how did they turn logos into sword? By dropping spaghetti on it. And here, excuse me, but what does it mean, sell your coat and buy a word? What is it, a game show on TV? I'd like to buy that word right there for $100, please. What is this? And the more I talked to them, the more I could see lie after lie after lie. And finally I said, you know what? I don't need to be in a religion full of liars. But it didn't convince me about Islam yet. Where I got convinced about Islam is over a separate subject. And then the Quran and the Bible backed it up. Right there, buddy. In the heart. Because nobody can play with your heart. That's yours. You own it. It's yours. You can do whatever you want with it. It is yours. Right?
Yes.
That's the one thing nobody can imprison. They can lock me in a prison, put me in a box, throw me in the ocean, but they can't control this. That's mine. That's yours. You own it. So if you get inside of that heart, like I did, and clean it out and throw all the trash and the garbage out of there, throw the lies out of there, the misconceptions, the prejudice, and just give it all up and say, you know what? I belong to God. I just belong to God. God, guide me. And that's what I did. And when I did that, I had this strange impression I need to put my head on the ground. And so I did that. And with my head on the ground, I said these words, Gabriel. Oh God, If you're there, guide me. And when I got up, I realized something. I'm the one with the problem. The world's not the problem. I was the problem. And from that day to this day, 19 years, I'm saying the same thing every day, 17 times a day. Ihdina Siratal Mustaqim, guide us to the straight path. Ihdina Siratal Mustaqim, guide us to the straight path. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm not psychic. We don't believe in psychics and magic and all that stuff. We don't. But I'm going to tell you something. Because I've been through this again and again and again. Thousands of people I watch come to Islam again and again, just like Gabriel. They're looking for truth. They're not looking for Islam. They're not looking for the Quran. They're just looking for truth, real truth. And because there's only one God and only one way to get to God, it has to be on His terms, and there's only one way. And we said it in the Dina, in the Lahi, Islam. The only thing Allah wants from you is this simple thing, your heart. That's what He wants. Give Him your heart, and everything else will be fine. And how you do that? I'm going to give you 5 words in the English language. They have to be all at the same time. Surrender, submission, obedience, sincerity, and peace. Do you want those things in your life?
Yes, sir.
I do too. Everybody in this room wants those things. All at the same time, though. Surrender, submission, obedience to His commandments. You know the 10 Commandments. We got the same thing. It's the same thing. It's not a new religion. And then sincerity. To be sincere. No lies, no showing off, no riyah, for Allah only. And finally, to be in peace with whatever He gives you. Say, okay, thank you. Even if you like it, thank you. If you don't like it, thank you. Anyway, because it's from Him. Be in peace with it. This word in Arabic is one. Takes 5 words in English. You know what the word is in Arabic?
No.
Islam. Islam.
Really?
That's the word. Worship Jesus. First thing, I just ask him privately. I'm just going to ask again. Just confirm that you believe that God is really only one God.
I do believe there is only one God.
So now say after me, I swear.
I swear.
There's no God to worship except Allah.
There is no God to worship except Allah.
And I swear.
And I swear.
That Muhammad is His prophet.
That Muhammad is His prophet. Now this next part is Arabic. It means the same thing, but when you say it, you're going to be saying the language that God sent it down in. The same language similar to Jesus and Abraham and Muhammad. You ready? I'll help you. Okay.
Ashhadu
Ashhadu
an la ilaha illallah
wa
ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah.
Bismillah.
Rasulullah. Perfect.
MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah. How you don't do that?
فهؤلاء 70,000 من بني إسحاق الذين سيفتحون القسطنطينية من بين من أرادهم الروم قبل بداية معركة أرمجدون لقتالهم، لكن المسلمين أبوا ذلك، وتواصل جيوش المسلمين مسيرها نحو أوروبا. قال عبد الله بن عمرو بن العاص: بينما نحن حول رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم نكتب، إذ سئل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: أي المدينتين تفتح أولا، قسطنطينية أو رومية؟ فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: مدينة هرقل تفتح أولا، يعني قسطنطينية. رواه أحمد. ويستمر زحف المسلمين إلى روما، فيصلون إلى أسوار روما، ويبدأ فتح روما بالتهليل والتكبير.
الله أكبر!
الله أكبر!
الله أكبر!
وتفتح روما بإذن الله كما وعد محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، فيشرع المسلمون في جمع الغنائم. وبينما هم كذلك يصيح رجل أن شخصا ظهر على الأرض. هل تعلمون من هو صاحب هذا الصريخ؟ وما هي هذه الفتنة التي يحملها إلى المسلمين وهم يغنمون، حتى إنهم تركوا غنائمهم من هول ما سمعوا؟ هذا ما سنعرفه إن شاء الله في الحلقة القادمة.
الله أكبر! الله أكبر!
الله